Hello everyone, we're back at Working Together again, another video. What I have on my screen right now, if you haven't seen that, this is Canvas. I'm in Canvas, look at chapter 1, just a reminder. Hopefully you've done the activities in Canvas, like the key terms here. There's a little quiz here. There's also a chapter 1 quiz or test, which are part of your grade. And hopefully you've gone through and done all the application problems, which you should be aware of, but just kind of a friendly reminder. And then in chapter 2, it'll be the same thing. There's some more key terms, a couple of little quizzes, like this T account quiz you can retake over as many times as you want. There's a chapter 2 quiz which you can only take one time, but you're allowed to use any textbook material, just not your neighbors and any notes you might have on there. But the real reason I'm doing the video is because we're actually going to do MindTap again. So I'm going to MindTap, and we finished chapter 1, so I can collapse that. And there, the end of review stuff. Hopefully you've done all those things that go along with that. But we're moving to chapter 2. And it's set up the same way as chapter 1. Which we're moving into T accounts, and we're going to do the end of the lesson review. So working together, papers 2-1 is where I'm going to. So let me click on that. The book's over here and everything, and I guess I should show you that now. If you click on this applia here, it'll show you all the application assignments you should have done, like in chapter 1. And it'll actually score them when they get to the due date. See, they're just listed down there, and they'll give it a score where they're graded and how long you spend in them and different things like that. So you can always check your progress. But let's go ahead and do 2-1 working together in the working papers. And this will bring up, these are T accounts, which is exactly what it is, a T, and then have a left side and a right side. And so we'll go ahead and do this. It says for each transaction labeled a debit and a credit side, and select increase or decrease, and select decrease on the decrease side and identify the normal balance. This is really simple. You just have to know the classifications, and then you can do it. So cash is an asset, so we know this is the debit side is on the left, credit's on the right. To increase a cash account is on the debit side. To decrease the cash account is on the credit side. And the normal balance is a debit. Okay. So if we continue on, accounts receivable for Sullivan Company, it's an asset. So debit on the left, credits on the right. To increase, we debit. To decrease, we credit. And the normal balance is a debit. So, and you'll see a little song to help you remember that. But supplies is a debit. Credit's still on the left. To increase supplies, because it's an asset, it's a debit. To decrease is a credit. And the normal balance is a debit. Prepaid insurance, remember, is an asset because you can own an insurance policy. But debits are still on the right, or excuse me, debits are still on the left, credits are on the right. To increase prepaid insurance, it's a debit. To decrease, it would be a credit. The normal balance is on the debit side. Now, accounts payable for Sawyer Supplies, which is a vendor we buy things from. Debits are still on the left, credits are still on the right. The increase, we'd credit. To decrease, we debit. And the normal balance is the credit side. So it changed. So accounts payable is still a liability account. Debits on the right, left. Credits on the right. Normal balance is on the credit side. So we increase it that way. And to decrease, we debit. And the normal balance is a credit. Okay. Parker Capital. Vogel, I guess how you say it. This is an owner's equity account. Debits are still on the left, credits are on the right. that will not change. So the increase we would credit, to decrease we would debit, and the normal balance is a credit. And so that's kind of, you'll learn this once you know the classifications. It's probably one of the few things you might have to memorize on what's going on and everything. So, but once you get this, then you're really understanding the accounting theory, and you're off to the races and you'll do well. So good luck on your own, and have a good day.